the woman they threw in the river. The night was dark. The river was angry. Mama Adaeze stood at the edge of the cliff, her wrapper blowing in the wind like a bird trying to fly away. "Come closer, mother," her daughter Chioma said with a smile that didn't reach her eyes. "The view is so beautiful from here." Mama Adaeze's heart was beating fast. Something felt wrong, very wrong. But this was her daughter, her only child, the baby she carried on her back while selling palm fruits in the hot sun. "Chioma, my daughter, why are your hands shaking?" Mama Adaeze asked softly. Emeka, Chioma's husband, stepped closer. His eyes were cold like a snake's eyes. "Mother, you've lived a good life. You're tired. It's time to rest." Before Mama Adaeze could speak, before she could scream, before she could pray, two pairs of hands pushed her hard, very hard. She flew through the air like a broken kite. The stars above her became tiny dots. The wind swallowed her scream, and then the water, cold, dark, pulling her down, down, down into silence. Up on the cliff, Chioma grabbed Emeka's hand. They were both shaking, but not from fear, from excitement. "It's done," Emeka whispered. "Everything she owns is now ours." "Finally," Chioma said, her voice like ice. "Finally, we are free." But they didn't see the small boat below. They didn't see the fisherman who was checking his nets by moonlight. They didn't see him jump into the water when he heard the splash. And they definitely didn't know that Mama Adaeze, the woman they threw away like garbage, would one day walk back into their lives and shatter everything they stole. Because some mothers are like rivers. You can throw stones into them. You can try to block them. But water always, always finds its way back. 20 years before that terrible night, Mama Adaeze was a different woman. Young, strong, full of dreams. Her husband had just died. Sickness took him away, leaving her with a 5-year-old daughter and empty pockets. No money, no food, just a small hut with a leaking roof and a broken heart. The village women felt sorry for her. "Poor Adaeze," they whispered. "How will she survive, a woman alone with a child?" But Mama Adaeze didn't sit down and cry. Every morning, when the sun was still sleeping, she would wake up. She would tie her wrapper tight around her waist. She would lift one basket of palm fruit onto her head. And she would walk 15 kilometers through dust, through rain, through sun. It was so hot, it felt like fire on her skin. She walked to the big market in the city. There, she would sell her palm fruits. Sometimes she made a little money. Sometimes she made nothing. But she never stopped walking. "Mama, I'm hungry," little Chioma would cry. "I know, my love," Mama Adaeze would say, holding her tight. "But look, today I made enough for rice. Tomorrow, maybe fish. Next month, maybe new shoes for you." Years passed like clouds in the sky, slow but always moving. Chioma grew taller. Mama Adaeze's back became bent from carrying heavy loads. Her feet had cracks like old dried ground. But her hands never stopped working. One day, something changed. Mama Adaeze was selling at the market when a big businessman stopped at her stall. "Your palm oil is different," he said. "It's pure, very pure. How do you make it?" Mama Adaeze smiled. "I make it with respect, sir. I don't add water to cheat people. I don't mix old oil with new. What I sell is what I would give to my own daughter." The businessman looked at her for a long time. "I want to buy all your palm oil every week, and I will pay you double what others pay." Mama Adaeze couldn't believe it. She went home and cried, but this time tears of joy. That one contract changed everything. Soon, other businessmen came. Then women came, wanting to learn her method. Then farmers came, asking her to buy their palm fruits. 10 years later, Mama Adaeze owned a small factory, then a bigger one, then warehouses in 3 cities. Her company, Adaeze palm oil industries became famous across West Africa. But Mama Adaeze never changed. She still wore simple wrappers. She still lived in a small house. She still woke up early to check on her workers. Mama, why don't you buy a big car? Her workers would ask. Why don't you build a mansion? She would laugh and say, I've seen poverty's face. It's ugly and it hurts. Why would I waste money on things I don't need when I can help others escape that face? Every month, she gave money to widows. She paid school fees for poor children. She built wells in villages without water. The people loved her like she was everybody's mother. But there was one person who didn't love her anymore, her own daughter, Chioma. Chioma had grown up watching her mother work like a donkey. She was embarrassed. When her friends came from rich homes with cars and jewelry, Chioma would hide. Why can't we be like normal rich people? She would complain. We are rich in something better than money, Mama Adaeze would say. We are rich in dignity. But Chioma didn't want dignity. She wanted what her friends had. Big houses, expensive clothes, people bowing down to her. So, when Mama Adaeze sent her to university in London, Chioma was happy to go, far away from the mother who embarrassed her. In London, Chioma met Emeka. He was tall, handsome, and smooth like expensive soap. He said beautiful words that made her heart dance. He promised her the world, but Emeka had a darkness inside him, a hunger for money that could never be satisfied. And when he learned that Chioma's mother was rich, very rich, his eyes lit up like a wolf seeing a fat chicken. Your mother is sitting on a gold mine, he whispered to Chioma one night. And she's wasting it, giving it away to strangers. Doesn't she know that charity begins at home? What are you saying? Chioma asked, even though she knew. Deep down, she knew. I'm saying we deserve that money more than those village people. We're young, we're smart, we can make the business bigger better. But your mother, she's old-fashioned. She's holding us back. Those words were like poison. Slow poison that entered Chioma's heart, drop by drop, day by day. Until one day, she looked at a photo of her mother and didn't feel love anymore. She felt impatient. When they returned to Nigeria for the wedding, Mama Adaeze was so happy. She cried tears of joy. She held Chioma close and whispered, My baby is getting married. God is good. But Chioma's heart was already cold. During the wedding, when Mama Adaeze tried to dance with her, Chioma moved away. When Mama Adaeze wanted to give a speech, Chioma told her no. Mother, these are modern times, Chioma said. Let Emeka and me handle things. You just rest and enjoy. Mama Adaeze felt a sharp pain in her chest. Not from sickness, from something worse. The pain of being pushed away by the one person she loved most in the world. After the wedding, things got worse. Chioma and Emeka moved into a big house far from Mama Adaeze. They started coming to the company, asking questions, looking at files, and talking to workers. Why are you giving so much money to charity? Emeka would ask. That's wasteful. It's not a waste, Mama Adaeze would say gently. It's purpose. Money without purpose is like a body without a soul. But Emeka would just laugh. A laugh that made Mama Adaeze's skin feel cold. One day, the company accountant came to Mama Adaeze's office. His face was sweating, even though the air conditioner was on. Madam, something is wrong, he said quietly. Some money is missing. Contracts are being signed without your knowledge. Your daughter and her husband are doing things behind your back. Mama Adaeze felt like the ground was opening under her feet. How much money? 50 million naira so far, madam. Maybe more. That night, Mama Adaeze couldn't sleep. She sat in her room, looking at a photo of Chioma as a baby. That innocent face. Those tiny hands that used to hold her finger. Where did I go wrong? She whispered to the photo. Where did my daughter go? The next morning, she called Chioma and Emeka to her office. They came, both wearing expensive clothes and fake smiles. Sit down, Mama Adaeze said. Her voice was sad but strong. She pushed the papers across the desk. Bank statements, forged signatures, secret contracts. Explain this to me, she said. Chioma's face went pale. Emeka's jaw became tight. Mother, this is business, Emeka said smoothly. You're too old to understand modern business methods. Too old? Mama Adaeze's voice cracked like a breaking stick. I built this company from one basket of palm fruits. I know every nail in these walls, every drop of sweat that went into this floor. And you call me too old? You're holding us back, Chioma suddenly shouted. We could be making billions, but you're giving it all away to strangers while your own daughter lives like a beggar. Mama Adaeze looked at Chioma for a long, long time. When she spoke, her voice was a whisper. My daughter, I gave you everything. Education, respect, values. But I see now that you wanted money more than you wanted wisdom. And that is my failure. She stood up slowly. Her legs were shaking. I'm removing both of you from the company. Effective immediately. You will not touch another kobo until you learn what money really means. Emeka's face became dark like a storm cloud. You can't do this. I can. And I will. Now leave my office. After they left, Mama Adaeze sat down and cried. She cried for the daughter she lost. She cried for the innocence that died. She cried until the sun went down and the office became dark. What she didn't know was that outside, in the parking lot, Emeka was making a phone call. His voice was cold. She's cutting us off, he said to someone. We need to act fast before she changes her will. And that's when the plan was born. The terrible, evil plan that would lead to that night by the river. Because when people love money more than they love their own mother, they become capable of anything, even murder. 2 weeks later, Chioma called her mother. Her voice was sweet like honey. Mama, I'm sorry, she said. Emeka and I were wrong. We were greedy. Please forgive us. Mama Adaeze's heart jumped with hope. You mean it, my daughter? Yes, Mama. We want to make things right. Can we take you on a trip? Just the three of us. To the river resort. You love rivers, remember? We can talk and heal our family. Mama Adaeze wanted to believe. Oh, how she wanted to believe. Because even though Chioma had hurt her, even though she stole from her, she was still her daughter, still her baby. Okay, Mama Adaeze said softly. When do we go? This weekend, Mama. Pack light. It's going to be beautiful. That Saturday, a big black car came to pick up Mama Adaeze. Chioma and Emeka were inside, both smiling. They helped her into the car gently. Mama, you look beautiful today, Chioma said. Mama Adaeze touched her head wrapper. It was the one her late husband gave her many years ago, blue with yellow flowers. She wore it on special days. Thank you, my daughter, she said. As the car drove away from the city, Mama Adaeze looked out the window. She watched the houses get smaller, the roads get rougher, the trees get thicker. Something felt strange in her stomach, like butterflies, but not happy butterflies, nervous butterflies. Where exactly are we going? She asked. To the most beautiful place in the whole country, Mama, Emeka said. The Niger River cliffs. The view is incredible. Perfect for photographs. They drove for 3 hours. The road became bumpy. Mama Adaeze's head started hurting, but she said nothing. She didn't want to spoil the trip. Finally, they arrived. The river resort was quiet. Too quiet. Hardly any people around. Where is everyone? Mama Adaeze asked. It's a private day, Mama, Chioma said. We paid extra so we can have peace and privacy. No strangers bothering us. They checked into a room. Then they ate lunch. The food was good, but Mama Adaeze couldn't taste it. Her heart was beating too fast. After lunch, Emeka stood up. Come, Mama, let's walk to the cliff. The sunset is about to start. I brought my camera. We'll take family photos. They walked slowly. The path was rocky and difficult. Mama Adaeze held Chioma's arm for support. "Careful, Mama," Chioma said, but her voice sounded empty, like a robot reading words from a paper. When they reached the cliff edge, Mama Adaeze gasped. It was truly beautiful. The river below was wide and powerful, flowing like liquid silver in the sunset light. Birds flew in circles. The wind sang a sad song. "Stand here, Mama," Emeka said. "Right here at the edge. The light is perfect." Mama Adaeze stood where he pointed. She could see straight down. It was very, very high. If someone fell from here, they would never survive. She turned to face them for the photo. Chioma and Emeka were standing close together. Too close, like they were one person, not two. "Smile, Mama," Emeka said. But he wasn't holding the camera up. His hands were down. And his face, oh God, his face looked like a demon's face. "Emeka, what are you doing?" Mama Adaeze asked. "Where is the camera?" That's when she saw it. The truth in both their eyes. Cold, hard, final. "Chioma," Mama Adaeze's voice was shaking. "My daughter?" Chioma looked away. She couldn't meet her mother's eyes. "I'm sorry, Mama," she whispered. "But we need the money and you're in the way." Time stopped. The world stopped spinning. Mama Adaeze felt her heart break into a million pieces. "I gave you everything," she said, tears running down her face. "I gave you life. You gave me poverty," Chioma said, and her voice was full of hate. "You embarrassed me. You made me small." Mama Adaeze opened her mouth to speak, to say one last thing, to tell her daughter that she still loved her even now, even at this terrible moment. But Emeka moved first. His hands came up fast and hit her chest hard. Chioma's hands joined his. Mother and daughter's hands, touching for the last time, but not in love, in murder. Mama Adaeze flew backward. Her wrapper fluttered like a dying butterfly. Her arms reached out, trying to grab air, trying to grab hope, trying to grab her daughter who was already turning away. The fall felt like forever. The stars appeared above. The river rushed up to meet her, and Mama Adaeze had time for one last thought. "God, forgive them. They don't know what they're doing." Then she hit the water. Cold, violent, dark. Above, Chioma and Emeka stood at the edge, looking down. They waited. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. Nothing came up. Nobody, no sound. Just the river, flowing and flowing, taking everything away. "She's gone," Emeka said. He pulled out his phone. "Now we call the police. We cry. We act shocked. We say she slept." Chioma was shaking. Her whole body was shaking like a leaf in a storm. "I killed my mother," she whispered. "I killed my own mother." "No." Emeka grabbed her face hard. "We freed ourselves. Say it. We freed ourselves." "We freed ourselves," Chioma repeated, but her voice sounded dead. They walked back to the car. Behind them, the sun finished setting. Darkness covered everything, including the terrible thing they had done. What they didn't know was that down below, far down where the river bends and the rocks are sharp, a small boat was floating. And in that boat was Papa Musa, a fisherman who came to this spot every evening to check his nets. Papa Musa had seen everything. He saw the push, he saw the woman fall, and now he was diving deep into the dark water, feeling with his hands for a body that might still be alive. His fingers touched something soft, cloth. He grabbed it and pulled. It was heavy, so heavy. He pulled harder, his old arms burning with effort. And then he broke the surface, gasping for air. In his arms was Mama Adaeze. Her eyes were closed, her lips were blue. But when he put his ear to her chest, he heard it. Thump, thump, thump. A heartbeat, weak, but there. Hold on, mother, Papa Musa whispered as he pulled her into his boat. Hold on, your story is not finished yet. He rowed as fast as he could toward his small hut on the riverbank. Behind him, up on the cliff, he could still see two figures standing there, watching, waiting. They will pay, Papa Musa said to the unconscious woman. By God who made the river, they will pay. And the river kept flowing, carrying secrets, carrying justice, carrying the promise of a day when truth would rise like the sun and burn away all the lies. Because that's what rivers do. They never forget, and they never ever forgive those who use them as graves. If you're watching this right now, don't leave yet. What happens next will make you question everything you think you know about revenge, about justice, about what a mother's love can survive. Comment below, I will never betray my mother. Let those words echo across the world. Share this video. Someone needs to hear this story today. Hit that subscribe button because the next part will leave you speechless.